Welcome back to FilMyWatchlist. My name is Richard Keeney. Today I'll be reviewing new British horror ghost stories. This anthology style film stars Martin Freeman as well as a number of talented British character actors such as Alex Lawther, who you may recognise from The End of the Fucking World and Black Mirror. In many ways the film plays out like a horror-tinged Black Mirror installment. Ghost Stories is dark and unpredictable with an air of danger overhanging proceedings. Following a skeptical academic, Professor Philip Goodman, who makes a living out of debunking supernatural hoaxes, his conviction is tested when he stumbles across a binder of cases that seem beyond explanation. These three incidents frame the narrative structure with an effectively concise intensity. However, the film is far from traditional. It consistently thwarts audience expectation while we cling for the comfort of knowing each story will eventually come to an end. The stories, a night watchman working in an abandoned asylum, a meek young boy whose car breaks down in the woods, and a wealthy man awaiting the return of his wife and newborn baby to their secluded mansion are mined extensively for suspense and nerve-shredding moments. First-time directors Jeremy Dyson and Andy Nyman delight in unsettling their audience with this adaptation of their stage play, playing on common human fears of things that go bump in the night to devilishly frightening effect. The first case of the asylum is an excellent example of their tendency to linger on the unnerving, dousing their scenes in an uncomfortable amount of shadow and building a thick layer of dread by staving off jump scares until they're at their most effective. Ghost Stories displays a hugely satisfying flair for visual storytelling and a well-rounded narrative that rewards close attention. Very little in the film is frivolous. Even moments that seem random or for the sake of a cheap scare prove to be well woven into the story and character development. Indeed, the film's overall imagery and visual style complement its genre perfectly. The film feels full and well thought out. Co-director, co-writer and star Andy Nyman is a relatable yet satisfyingly flawed protagonist. His casting is fitting, a regular everyman who works as an effective conduit for our skepticism towards these tall tales, while clearly exhibiting a number of his own problems and unlikable traits himself. Martin Freeman is delightfully campy as the well-groomed upper-class stockbroker, clearly relishing his eccentric against-type role, which, though he retains a number of his characteristic acting quirks, is brilliantly unpredictable and in moments deeply sinister. Elsewhere, Alex Lawther is a perfect fit for the film, able to show off his range, managing to unnerve us while also playing an effective victim, with tinges of cathartic humour as well. In playing the Night Watchman in perhaps the film's best sequence, Paul Whitehouse is another perfect casting choice. Just as flawed as his fellow characters, yet displaying an empathetic side that draws you in. The film's cast of characters complement the dark, shadowy stories with a tinge of negative traits. These traits unsettle you slightly. The characters never fully gain your trust, and this furthers the oppressive atmosphere that looms over you while you watch the film. Ghost Stories is one of the most entertaining, terrifying and well-written horror films I've seen in quite some time. Unlike so many others in the genre that cynically throw tropes at their audience without any substance, you can clearly see that this film was crafted by people who care a great deal about storytelling and who massively respect the horror genre that they're contributing to. Nyman and Dyson have a big future ahead of them if they continue to make films with this kind of care and enthusiasm. Ghost Stories is an absolute must-see that in its twists and turns plays with film convention and genre tropes to dazzling effect. It will almost certainly become a cult favourite in the coming years. I'm going to give the film 4.5 stars out of 5. Check out our creative partner MovieBabbleReviews.com for movie articles and reviews. If you want to pledge to FilMyWatchlist, check out the link to our Patreon in the description below. Be sure to subscribe and check out our other content if you enjoyed what you just seen. Thanks very much for watching.